What's up, you guys? Welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be installing a brand new head unit onto the second gen Tacoma. So if you guys do have a 2005 to a 2015 Tacoma, this is going to be the video for you guys. If you guys do remember, we've installed one on my Jeep and we've installed one on my Tacoma. If you guys want to see those videos, check out the description box below. Let's go ahead and now get into the video and show you guys exactly how to do it. Alright, you guys, so before we get into the installation, I'm going to show you guys what comes inside the package and what you're going to need for this install. So looking right here, this is going to be, of course, the box that it comes in. It's very well packaged. There's a lot of foam in here, so that way the radio does not get damaged. And if you look right over here, this is going to be the brand new head unit that we're going to be installing. Make sure to stay tuned until the end of the video because we're going to show you guys exactly what comes with this. It's an awesome head unit to get. I wouldn't recommend going with any other brand anymore, to be honest with you. This is going to have it all and a lot more. You guys will see what I mean when we get to that part of the video. And then it's also going to come with a user manual and very detailed instructions. So this radio that we have here today, it's going to work for a 2005 to a 2015 Toyota Tacoma. So if you guys do have something like that, make sure to check out today's video. But as you guys can see, it's very detailed and there's color and everything. So it's going to make it very, very easy to do this install. Another cool thing about this is everything inside is going to be plug and play. So you do not have to worry about splicing wires, taping anything or anything like that. It's just going to make it super simple. The last thing that I did want to show you guys is it's going to come with some panel removal tools, which you're going to need for this install. And it's also going to come with some zip ties, so that way you can put the wires in one place.
We're going to go ahead and start the removal of it so we can get the brackets off the stock head unit to put it on the new head unit. And we'll go ahead and show you how to do this. So first you want to start off with your trim tool that they provide in the box. You'll pop it under here. You'll pop your AC controls out, just like this. It makes it more of a pain because I do have this bracket right here for my phone, so it'll kind of come out weird, but yours should come out a lot easier. You'll have two connectors. Once you pop this out, you can go ahead and just disconnect those. There's a little push pin on the top of this one right here, and there's another push pin on the top of this one. Once you take those out, you'll have your AC controls, and you can go to set those to the side for now. Next, we're gonna have four 10mm bolts that are straight up through here. We'll get better shots of those so you can see how they come out. So the four bolts are gonna be up in here. There's gonna be two right up here at the top, and then there's gonna be one right here, and then one right here. Once you take those four bolts out, the head unit will come out as a whole. Two. You're gonna go ahead and grab these bolts. Sometimes they're a pain to grab, and they'll come out when you just pull the head unit out, but like this one doesn't want to come out, so we'll just go ahead, grab your fingers behind the top of the head unit. You'll see it'll pop out of these clips right here. Then you'll grab from the bottom right here and you just kind of wiggle it out. There it goes. Grab your other bolt before you lose it. We'll pop it down. So back here you can see I did some weird stuff and I spliced into my stock head unit to make my system work. Good thing about the new head unit is you don't have to do any of this. So I'm going to retain all this because I don't want to fix it. The new head unit and behind your head unit will look a lot cleaner than this. So I'll go ahead and proceed with this and we'll show you what we're doing. So once you get to this point, you're going to want to disconnect all these wires so you can get this old head unit out. First, you can start with these ones. They all have push pins at the top. You can see how that one clicked down. Just grab that, pop it out. See how big this one is? This is a double DIN, the other one's a single DIN, so you have a lot more room to shove the accessories that comes with the new head unit to make everything work with it. And we will need these brackets right here on the new head unit to make it fit. So here we have the stock head unit. We're going to take some stuff off of this because we will need it to install on this one, such as your airbag sensors and your hazards. So first off, we're going to start to do that is you want to take this whole plastic trim piece off. It makes it way easier to get to the clips that hold this in. So there's going to be a plastic pin right here. There's going to be two Phillips right here, and then another plastic pin, and this whole bezel piece around the radio will slide off. So we'll unscrew these two. Once you get to this point, we can take out these plastic clips right here. So once you have your two plastic pins out, and right here, and your two Phillips that are up top, this should slide off like that. Once you have your trim piece off of your stock head unit, you're going to take the bezel, you're going to flip it around, and there's going to be four clips holding your hazards and your airbag sensor in. So you just want to kind of massage these out I already broke this one, so you don't have to worry about that. You kind of grab this one, and then this one right here. I broke that one too. There you go. So we'll use this on the new head unit. We do not need this anymore. So we can set this to the side. You can set this to the side as well for now, and we'll go ahead and grab the stock head unit right here. There's going to be 6 10mm bolts. You can also use a Phillips if you don't have a 10mm socket. Just going to zip these out real quick. These are not 10s, these are 8s, my bad. Now that you got your 8mm socket and not your 10, we'll go ahead and take these 6 bolts off to get this bracket off. Go ahead and repeat this step on the other side. These are labeled, so you will not mix them up. So once you have these brackets off, it might be hard to see on camera, but it says AL, and then the other side says AR, which means right, obviously, and then left. So just keep that in mind when you go ahead and install these, not to put them on backwards. It's going to be pretty hard to install these backwards too, because these alignment pins that are on here, these will all slip into the holes on the new head unit as well. We're going to go and install them on the new head unit, and to do that, you'll need the provided screws that come in the parts bag. Reason is the stock screws have a different thread pitch, so they will not work onto these holes. So we're going to go ahead and turn the radio to the side right here. So one thing we forgot to add in, depending on the year of your truck. So 05s to 13s, you don't have to do this. 13s and newer you do because of the style of the bracket. There's going to be this little nub right here. And what this nub does is it lines up the holes on the head unit. This top one is not needed and it gets in the way. So we're going to go ahead and grind it off like we did on this one so that the bracket sits flush. So keep in mind, if you have a 05 to 13, you will not have to do this. If you have a 14 to 15, you will have to do this. So now that we have our nubs grinded off the back of our brackets, we'll go ahead and put these back up. You'll feel it clicking pretty firmly now. Go ahead and start these screws. Don't do what I'm doing. Please start these with a screwdriver. We'll go ahead and flip it over to the left-hand side of the truck, and we'll get our left-hand bracket right here. And this will click into the spot just like that. So we have our brackets on the head unit. As you can see, we're going to go ahead and take our airbag sensor unit, the head unit just like this. We'll go ahead and slide, make sure that this is facing the right way, the Tacoma is facing down. Go ahead and slide this in to back here like this. You can see how it fits, and you'll hear clicks. That's all installed now. And we're ready to start plugging in our harness so we can adapt it to the truck. Here we have our new head unit facing the back so you can see the plugs. These are all of the adapters that we're going to use on my truck. Right here, this is our Wi-Fi adapter. This will plug into the back of the head unit. This is the antenna for the Wi-Fi. This adapter right here is for our GPS. This is so it can track you. This adapter right here is for a SIM card. So a SIM card is what goes in your phone. This will plug into the head unit, and the head unit will act like basically a phone, but it's going to be stationary. So if you pay for an extra SIM card through your cell carrier, you can plug it into this slot right here, and it'll work just like a cell phone. Or you can use hotspot off your phone and connect it via Wi-Fi, and your head unit will have Wi-Fi even though you run off the hotspot. But if you don't want to do hotspot, get a SIM card. This right here is going to be the microphone, so when you're talking to somebody on the phone, this is what the radio is going to use to pick up your voice. It comes with a little clip so you can put it on your sun visor. This right here is the correct way to hook up an aftermarket sound system. I'm not going to be using this because my sound system is connected through my stock wiring harness, and I'm just going to leave it like that. If I want to do it the correct way, I will use this. Maybe eventually I will wire it in, but I'm not going to do that today. This harness right here with all these plugs is for your factory amenities to work, so such as your steering wheel controls, your backup camera, all the other stuff that your truck comes with, like those accessories. This will hook the radio up to those. So this cable right here is for your microphone. This one adapts the microphone to the head unit itself. You can see it has an aux plug right here. This will plug in like this to here, and this will clip into your head unit so that you have audio. This right here is another antenna that you're going to be using. This will screw onto the back of the head unit. Right here, some accessory USBs. You can run these through like your glove compartment to use more USBs if you need to, if there's not enough factory ones for you. And that's what this is for as well. So if you want to do wired card play instead of wireless, you can always use these instead. All right, so on the back of the head unit, we can see we have these 2 adapters right here. This one right here, and we're going to use this GPS antenna. We're going to go ahead and clip this in to this blue adapter. You can see that's pretty easy. You'll hear it click. So now your GPS is connected. We're going to take our Wi-Fi antenna. This is going to connect to this one next to the blue adapter for GPS. You'll see these just kind of screw on like this, pretty similar to a coax cable. Then you're going to take your other antenna, and this is going to slide onto the other one. Same thing. We'll screw this in. Right here we have an HDMI adapter. So this is what you can use to hook up like a PS5 or something like that. Again, you can use a PS5 controller or Xbox controller to hook up Bluetooth to play games. But if you want to hard hook it up to play like your PS5 in your truck and you have an inverter and you can do that, you hook up the HDMI cable to here and it will display on this screen. Now that we have our head unit right here with our antennas adapted, we're going to start grabbing our harness. So first off, you want to grab these USBs. You can see this purple one. This will clip in right here. Just like that. You'll hear a positive click. That means it's in. You give it a little tug to make sure it's in all the way. You'll grab your SIM card one. This one goes next to the purple one. You can see it just clips in like that. And we will unravel these and route them to the proper areas in the truck once it's installed. We'll go ahead and grab our two USBs. We'll go ahead and plug those in right here next to those. Then you'll grab your audio, plug that in right there. So all these adapters are connected now. You're going to go ahead and take this adapter for everything else. The black plug will plug into the other side of the radio. You'll hear a little click once it's all the way in. You want to give that a tug to make sure it's still all the way in. And then we're going to go install this in the truck now. Okay, so once you get in your truck, there's going to be obviously two sides of the radio. So this side of the radio is all for like your auxiliary stuff. So we're not going to be using any of this stuff at the moment. We're going to be plugging all these plugs into the stock connectors that are in the truck itself. So you're going to sit here, you're going to watch me figure out which ones are which, and we'll go as we go. So remember too, these are for the air or the AC or just the AC controls. So we're not going to worry about these two connectors now. We're going to worry about what's up here. So all these connectors, and we're just going to plug these in as we go. This one right here, that looks like the 2 pins in there, and the little ground pin in there, you'll see that. This should just clip in right here, just like factory. Yep, clips in. I'm gonna grab this one right here. You can see there's about 5 pins in there. We'll look for a plug with 5 pins. This one right here, see how it has 5 pins in there? We'll clip this one in. Right there, nice and tight. We'll grab this bigger connector right here. I believe this is, not that one, not this one. This pin right here, this will clip in just like this. Oh, make sure it's the right way first. Click, make sure it's good. You don't want any of these connections coming loose while you're driving. So this one has the pins. This should match up. Yep. Grab this one because this one obviously goes to this. We'll simplify it. Click. So you will have some of these. These are just for more auxiliary inputs. This is for the radio, so this will clip into the head unit itself. Your radio cable, and there's a plug on the bottom side of the radio right here. That'll just slide into there, just like that. So now you're gonna you have 3 USBs. One is for your phone link, so you can wirelessly connect your phone through Android CarPlay or Apple CarPlay. And then you'll have 2 more that just say USB. So you can pick out whatever one you want, it doesn't matter. They all go to the same place. Is these USBs, you'll plug this adapter in right here with this end on it. And then you'll take this gray plug right here and clip this in, just like that. That's connected. Now these 2 you will not use. This is for the stock head unit. We're not going to be using these anymore. And then as of the GPS cable and the Wi-Fi antenna, I'm just going to be sticking these right here. It's easy. I don't have to route them anywhere else, and it'll just keep it nice and clean. You could stick it somewhere else in case you don't want to cover up this data plate, but it doesn't matter. Stick it just like that. Those are nice and secure. We'll zip tie these down so they don't get in the way with these wires right here. And then what I want to do is I'm going to temporarily turn the truck on and make sure the head unit starts up to make sure all my connections are good before I fully install the head unit back into the truck. Here we have the head unit right here. I'm going to go ahead and put the key in. I'm not going to turn the truck on. I'm just going to turn the accessories on. First startup might be a little bit slower because it might have to update. And as you can see, we have our lights on right here and the screen is displaying something. So that's a good sign. See, it'll load. And there we go. The head unit is on. Damn, son.
All right, so what's your first impression?
I like it a lot. Very nice. It's pretty smooth. It's pretty responsive. It's not very laggy at all. I have noticed with other companies, some of these screens are very laggy. This one's very responsive. I'm impressed. The user interface seems pretty simple, which is nice. I love that there's volume buttons on here, and it has a tuner as well, and that there's buttons right here so you can quick click stuff. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to run these wires through basically back here, and there's a hole if you reach your hand up in here that you could feel. You could literally put your fingers all the way up here. I'm gonna run these into the glove box. So if I ever need these, I will have them in the glove box. I'll show you how that works. We'll put this down, I'll reach up and around. I have it with my hand. I'll reach this through. You can see I'm pulling it through so that these all, so now that I have my wires right here, I got these zip tied out of the way. I'm not gonna zip tie these up because this head unit is pretty tight back here and I want them to kind of flow where they need to go. I don't want to restrain any of the wires and pull anything I don't need to and unplug anything. So now that these are up here, I'm just kind of gonna feed these in like this, as you can see. And this should go in like that. And there we go. We'll just bolt it down and it should hold it into place now. All right, now that we have our factory head unit all installed, we're gonna take our extension with our 10mm and the OEM bolts that came out of here. You'll go ahead and kind of just look in there. They're kind of a pain to line up sometimes. You feel it just went in right there. You'll start it by hand so you don't cross thread them, obviously. That one started, so I can spin that one in. And we can go ahead and get our air conditioning controls right here. Plug these back in. Click. And the other one. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see because these wires aren't very long. The click. And then this can just pop back in like factory. This one's kind of a pain because that phone holder that I have. There we go. And now your radio is installed. Oh, I got baited.
All right, you guys, so now that we're at the end of the video, we're going to go ahead and show you guys some of the features that this thing has. Keep in mind, we're not showing you guys everything. You can do a lot more stuff than what we're about to show you guys. But if you look right here, this is going to be kind of the main menu when you do turn it on. You're going to have your navigation, you're going to have music, which is when you connect your iPod or anything like that to it. And then you're also going to have your radio. If you look down here, you're going to have your Bluetooth settings. You're going to have your settings up top right here to go ahead and set up everything. And then if you click right here, you're going to see it says amplifier. This is where you're going to go ahead and set up all your sound settings. I'm going to leave this alone for right now. I'm going to let my friend handle it and he can go ahead and play with that. But this thing is awesome because it does have a lot of different frequencies, so that way you can set up your speakers however you want. So now if we flip through the menu going this way, you're going to notice you do have Google Chrome, so you can now search the web. Keep in mind, you're going to have to either have a SIM card or you're going to have the hotspot. So right now we do have it connected on hotspot, and as you can see, we can surf the web. You can also go down over here, check your emails, Facebook, a bunch of other things. Then if you come right over here, you're gonna have a couple more things. For example, the Play Store. So if you do wanna download games or anything like that, that's the cool thing about this. You can go ahead and download them. And if you do have like a PS5 or Xbox remote or anything like that, you could also go ahead and buy one on Amazon that's Bluetooth. You can actually connect it to here. If you do check out the video in the description box below, when I did my 3rd gen Tacoma, we showed you guys examples of that, and I was playing video games with my PS5 controller. So keep that in mind. It's cool, so if you guys are on a long road trip and you do have passengers, they could go ahead and play some video games here while you're driving. And if you come back over here, you're gonna notice you do have more stuff like maps. Come right here, you're gonna have Instagram, you're gonna have your YouTube. So if you do wanna go ahead and surf YouTube and listen to something or watch something while you're driving, you can do so. Keep in mind, it is super illegal, but you can do it. If you search over here, you're gonna see there's also Netflix. Keep in mind, once again, you could use this while driving, even though it's super illegal and you can get in an accident. It's cool that they offer that. So I just have to give you guys that disclaimer, because if you guys crash, that's on you. So like I said, those are just the cool features that we like and that we're going to be using this for. And then if you do go off-road, you can click here. And as you guys can tell, it gives you guys the whole inclinometer. It's going to give you guys the altitude and just everything all the way around. So it's pretty cool. I wish they put a Tacoma on there instead of a Jeep or whatever that is. But hey, at least it has that. And it also has your north, south, west, and east. And there you go. Another thing that I did want to mention to you guys is, as you guys can see right now, we do have it on CarPlay and it is now wireless. You can see there's no wire connected to the phone and the CarPlay is on. So anything that does support through the CarPlay app, it will now work. And as you guys can see it there. You can also change the RGB color on the buttons going here, as you can see, LED settings, and now you can go ahead and set them different colors. You can see that change and it looks really, really nice. Or you could do custom ones by messing with the toggles on the left side. So heck yeah. One thing we wanted to mention is going to be the knobs. So as you can see, there is now knobs on this. On some of the other type of radios, they don't come with that. So we do like it that they stayed, so that way it feels like a classic look. Looks really good. and you can adjust everything. As far as the tuner, it makes it a little bit easier just to go ahead and flip through the channels. So now that it's installed, what do you think?
Very impressed. Sound quality of the speakers, way better. Sub sound better. User interface is really nice. Like, it works well.
And how does it look?
Looks great too.
Hell yeah. Those of you guys with a 3rd gen Tacoma, this is how yours will look if you get it for yours. So once again, I do highly recommend them if you guys are thinking of an aftermarket head unit. 1, ease of install. 2, all the features that you get out of these. And just overall, it's a nice head unit. Like I said, it makes it look factory. So if you want yours, you already know what to do. All right, you guys, so now that you guys saw how you install it, you guys saw the features, if you guys do want to go ahead and purchase it, check out the description box below. There's a discount code and the direct link to buy it. Make sure to check it out as well for your other vehicles because they don't only make it for Tacomas. So if you guys did enjoy today's video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
JesseRizo is here for you. It's here for you. It's super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.